Hi, I'm Laura Slate, and I'm my good friend Samantha Munn with All Mixed Up Baked Goods, and we're going to do some wine pairing and desserts today. Cheers!
Cheers!
So let's get started. We're going to do macaroons first, my favorite. And what's the first thing that you would do?
So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and preheat our oven to 305 degrees on convection bake. We're going to go ahead and put them into our preheated oven. Now I do have on top another cookie sheet, and that helps to keep the top of our macaroons from browning. Now we're going to go ahead and let those bake for the next 13 minutes. All right, so now our macaroons are done and the 13 minutes is up. We're going to go ahead and remove these from the oven.
Oh, they look good.
Yes, perfect little feet and nice tops. So we actually have to go ahead and let these sit again on the countertop. Now the residual heat off of the pan is going to create a nice flat bottom on the macaroons. So we're going to go ahead and let these sit for the next 2 minutes.
What I would pair with macaroons is a champagne or a rosé, which is very popular now. You tend to want to have the champagne or sparkling wine or the wine in general to be a little bit sweeter than the actual dessert that you're eating. But the reason I picked champagne was because we're going to be doing this with a buttercream filling. But if you were going to do a ganache or something darker, I may change the wine for that pairing.
It has nothing to do with the fact that these are her favorite things.
Yes, they are my favorite things. Champagne and macarons are my favorite things. But also when you think about Paris, for general, champagne comes from France, and so does macaroons. So it's kind of a nice pairing, like meat. You would want to have your meat from a certain region and your wine from that region as well. So that's a little tip about pairings.
So now we're going to go ahead and take our cookies and fill them with the vanilla buttercream, which, if I recall, you said it's going to pair perfectly with the champagne.
It is, it is.
So I'm ready to get into that. So we're just going to go ahead and put a little dollop on it, take the top cookie, and press it down.
So it's very similar to when you make it.
Exactly. Once you have that piping technique down, you are golden. These are going to be super simple. You want to try?
Sure, I'll try.
Okay. You have me doing all the work over here, and you're just going to relish in the deliciousness of the macaroon and some champagne.
Yep, I am. Okay. Was that good?
Perfect.
That's its top. Look at that.
Easy peasy.
Now, sometimes they're a little bit different, but I guess you can kind of find their pair with the shells.
Yeah, so what we actually did off camera, we picked off from each of the plates and we paired them with the ones that they match up with. Now, each macaroon's slightly different size, slightly different roundness to it, I guess you could say. So we just go ahead and find their match. And then once you do that, you get the perfect little macaroons.
Oh, look how pretty.
Now, can we go ahead and pair it with the wine?
Give them a try.
All right.
That was really good.
Pretty good. Absolutely. And now I think we have to do justice and try it with the champagne.
Makes sense. So it is a very nice pairing. The sweetness of the macaroon pairs well with the champagne. You could also do a rosé or a little bit of a sweeter wine. But since this is so sweet, I don't like it too sweet to have with the champagne. So I did a brute sweetness level for this.
It's delicious. Okay, so now that you have me done baking, we can go ahead and start trying out some wines. I went ahead and brought some additional treats with me today. So we've got some dark chocolate covered strawberries with semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then I also brought some milk chocolate truffles. So what do you have?
So with a dark chocolate, I would typically do a Zinfandel, which I brought, or a Merlot, or a Cabernet. You can also do, since it does have a strawberry or any kind of berry with chocolate, you could do a sparkling wine, but I think this pairs really nicely with the dark chocolate and the strawberries. Okay, so with the milk chocolate truffle, I would do a Merlot Pinot Noir, which I have paired with it today, or a port. I don't like much of a sweeter wine, but this actually has a very nice pairing with the milk chocolate.
Can't wait to try it. All right, so I think we should dig in.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, you got the tiny one.
I know.
All right. Sorry, there's no cute way to eat this.
Mm-mm.
Now this was per my request to have the chocolate chips on the outside as well. I think it adds a nice little touch.
It's not as easy to eat nicely.
All right, let's try it.
Cheers. That's really nice.
Thank you. I think so too.
Excellent choice.
Thank you.
So you've got more for us though, right? We get to move on?
We can move on.
Okay.
So now we'll have the Pinot Noir.
I like how you have these all ready for us, so we can just like go.
Like the baking, you already have, everything's already out.
I know.
Ready to go.
We're ready.
Okay, so Pinot Noir with the truffle. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and rich.
That's super rich. That almost balances it out perfectly.
It does, because this is so rich, it kind of makes it more balanced, which is the whole goal of the wine pairings. A lot of people, when they do desserts, they want to do a dessert wine, so a port or a sherry or a late harvest. But I like to have some wines that you would actually drink also with your meal. So that's why I kind of try to do the Pinot Noir and the Merlot or Zinfandel.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's great.
Thank you guys again for watching JaxSommVille, and thank you Samantha with All Mixed Up Baked Goods.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. If any of you guys want to try any of the desserts that we tasted today, feel free to find me on my links below. And if you want any custom birthday cakes, baby shower treats, or weddings, feel free to reach out to me.
Thanks for watching.